Hi, and welcome to the Word of the Week. This week's word is performance. Now, keeping with our theme of going for the gold, the performance is where everything, this is the big payoff, right? This is where you're putting it out, and this is where you're either going to be the gold medalist or you're not. So, what are the things that we really need to think about if we want to have that kind of awesome, inspiring, and award winning performance in any area of our life? Well, I can tell you a lot about this because I've done a lot of performing over my adult, actually for most of my adult life. I've been doing some type of performance, whether it be musical or martial arts, right? Even teaching, it's performing. So here are the most important lessons that I've learned in terms of high level performance. Number one, and this is something I learned from one of my martial arts teachers, is the idea of ugly practice makes a beautiful performance. Right? So what that means is that when you practice, you need to be willing, and not just willing, you've got to make mistakes. You've got to push yourself. You've got to go beyond what's comfortable. Do the things that look bad. Do the things that sound bad. If you're cooking, do the things that taste bad, right? So you're going to do all the things wrong, and you get all the stuff wrong in your practice, so that when you perform, all you have to do is just do the right thing, do the easy thing. So the ugly practice is what's going to give us a beautiful performance. So many people don't want to do the ugly practice. They don't want to make mistakes. They're afraid of making those mistakes. Mistakes are the only way that we learn. Right? We learn through trial and error. So make the errors so that you can then have that beautiful performance. You know what to work on, you work on it, and then you go from there. The other thing I can tell you about performance is if you want to go have a gold medal level performance, you got to give it your all. Right? You can't hold back. When the time comes, you have to do whatever it is that you're striving to do and do it fully. You have to put your heart into it. You have to put your soul into it. If it comes from a place that's deep within you, you will give it your best. And when you give it your best, then that's when you're going to get your best results. And the other thing I can tell you is that when all the things that you worked on before, all the setup that you do, you have to forget it when you're performing. Right? The performance must be that very pure, instinctive expression of all that you've trained yourself for. And so if you have to think about and contemplate, then you can't give your best performance. One of my music teachers always said, we're going to practice these things here in the practice room, but when you get out on stage, I want you to forget about everything and just make music. Right? So that's what we have to do in our lives. We do the study, we do the intensive practice, we do that ugly practice, so that when we get out on the stage of life, or the competition field, or whatever it is, that we can just let go and make something magical happen. So our performance becomes very pure. It becomes an expression of who we are and what we've done. And even if it doesn't gain us the awards or accolades that we would like to get from them or think that we deserve from them, we actually do get something amazing out of it. We get out of it the fact that we have put something into it, that we've changed ourselves, that we've put ourselves out into an area that we're not comfortable or were not comfortable in, and then became comfortable with it. We've grown, we've expanded our horizons. Right? There's so many things that we get out of it that can't just be expressed by a certificate or a medal or a trophy. Right? There's so many great things that we get out of the process that goes into trying to develop a gold medal level performance in any aspect of our life. Now, also keep in mind that performance doesn't just mean the performance like a musical performance or an athletic performance. It also means the fulfillment of a claim, a promise, or a request. So when we think about our lives and the performance that we have in our lives, are we living up to our promises to ourselves? Are we living up to the requests that others have put on us? Right? So that's a very important thing. How are we performing? And also, performance means the manner of relating to stimuli. So how we respond to things, that's how we perform. So when things get tough, how do you respond? How do you perform? Do you perform in a gold medal way, or you do you respond and react to things in a last place kind of way? All right, so if we want to be that gold medal kind of person, we need to be aware of how we respond to these external stimuli and actually even internal stimuli. How do you react? How do you respond? And that's the measure of your performance. All right, so I hope that this is giving you some food for thought. I hope you think about how can you improve your performance, how you can take that to the next level. All right, hope you enjoyed this lesson. Hope to see you next week.